Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backwards Hat Productions of the Mid-South Virtual Racing League, week number 4. Robbie Buckner, we're here at Limaland Motorsports Park tonight for a little bull ring action. Fighter jets in the gymnasium, man. This one was hot. One hot ticket to get. We've got about 30 plus cars on hand tonight. You ready to see some action?
Most definitely ready to see some action tonight. You know, these guys all had to register early in the week to make sure they could actually get into the lobby tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But definitely ready to watch these guys get down and dirty here at Limaland tonight.
Well, man, the storylines this week starting to build up. 3 weeks prior, 3 different winners. Will we see another one tonight? That's going to be the big question on hand, as well as a few others, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of good storylines going on. You have, you know, the MVRL guys, Chris Arencia and his crew that are here tonight. You got Chad Wheeler and Laurel Havens. You have Dustin Levernite, who once again is trying to battle his way back into the points position, last season's champion, trying to battle his way in. And you got guys like John Kennedy that are just fighting to try and make the feature. John's one of the better dirt racers in this league, but luck hasn't gone his way the last couple of weeks.
Man, one of the big stories, you hit it right there. John Kennedy, you know, has made it no secret that he loves this place. He's ran a number of big shows here. Still searching for that first A feature entry of the season. Could tonight be the night?
It's highly possible. You know, John's really good here, so it should be good to see. You know, but he's not the only one that's claiming that this is his track and this is where he feels like he's going to get down and dirty. But I tell you, watch out for the 04 of Frankie the Joker Car Gonzalez, because he's pretty much said it's win or bust tonight here at Limaland.
It's definitely going to be some excitement, no short of it, as this place, one of the most challenging tracks these drivers are going to come to all night long. One of the shortest tracks they're going to come to. High bank action. It's going to be exciting. You're taking a look right now as we just kind of watch on practice. Richard Spar out of the Plains region, currently sitting 5th on the board right now. Trevor Drake on top, Dustin Levernite 2nd, Blake Heather 3rd. Last week's winner going to be in the top 5. We'll pull up that picture if you haven't seen it yet. There it is, Jacob Leverstein. I'm sure we're probably butchering it. I hope not if you're out there listening. Picking up the win the last week, the dirt track at Charlotte, and what was a great race, Robbie. And if I know these guys, man, what was a great race last week's only going to be amplified tonight, especially when you stick about 38 drivers in, you know, on this racetrack that is no shortage of excitement itself, and then you tell them, hey, half of you are going to go home. Yeah,
it's going to be exciting to see how this goes down. You know, it's the only drivers that are going to make it are going to be the top 10 on qualifying are locked in. Outside of that, everybody, or at top 12, I'm sorry, are locked in through qualifying. Beyond that, you know, everybody's got to fight their way through a heat. So, and only 2 are going to advance out of every heat tonight.
You know, I look down the time list right now. Laurel Havens sitting about 23rd, last week's hard charger. Chad Wheeler down there, you know, right there with him as they swap it now, 23rd, 24th. Ronald Piles down there, of course, everybody who's watched our coverage of the Ram Series knows who Ronald Piles is. You know, definitely one of the big heavy hitters over there. Torrin Shirts in attendance tonight, 26th. You know, these are some heavy hitting names, Robbie, that are down towards the bottom of the list, at least so far in practice. And some of the guys are going to have a long way to go if you want to make it above that 10, 12 car cut line, you know, after qualifying.
Yeah, most definitely. A lot of these guys are going to struggle, but if we've learned anything in the first 3 weeks of the season is that qualifying times never really match up to practice times. Guys that were slow in practice are fast in qualifying, and some of the guys that are fast in practice are slow in qualifying. So don't put too much value in the hot lap time right now, because like the old saying goes, no one's ever gotten the trophy or been paid for winning hot laps.
Yeah, definitely not. You know, like you said, you can't put a whole lot of bank into practice here. Maybe some guys playing the cards a little closer to the chest than others. But, you know, it also makes you wonder, Robbie, last week in Charlotte, maybe, I'm not going to say qualifying's easier by any means, especially when you're cutting the field in half and only taking the top 10 or 12, but man, tonight, as you watch Richard Spar out here, for instance, we're watching these practice laps go on. These guys going to be up around the wall all night for the most part. That thin line between being fast and wrecked getting a little thinner tonight, especially, you know, in qualifying, as you see Frank go up, rub it with the right rear quarter panel, and that's all it could take to disallow a fast lap.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You get any kind of contact at all with the wall, it's going to disallow your lap, the anti-cheat system that they have in place. But I tell you, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I expect this track to widen out. It's going to be topside dominant for the most part, but you're definitely going to be able to use that low side to be able to slide, job somebody in the middle of the corner. So I think we'll see plenty of crossovers and sliders tonight. But tell you what, I'm over here monitoring the chat on the YouTube side. Cody McKnight out there says, good luck to the HAR team of Brett Rolls and Ronald Piles. So, Brett, Ronald Piles, you guys got a fan out here in Cody McKnight. And if I'm not mistaken, it's already been a good week for Ronald Piles. Didn't he win Sunday night?
Yeah, I believe so. Over there in the HAR league, picked up the win. You know, in these very cars that they're racing tonight, picked it up at Williams Grove, which is never an easy task on its own. As I believe they may be getting called to the drivers' meeting. We had a delayed start with the program. Still about 10 minutes of practice left. I tell you what, we're going to get a few driver interviews, some of these guys who have been here. And I'm going to see if I can't dial up one of the bigger stories coming into tonight. John Kennedy, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, man, you're one of the bigger stories coming into tonight. As we were telling the fans out there, this place is one that I would put up at the top of your list for favorite places to come. Right now, you set about 11th on the time charts. Is tonight the night?
It'd be nice. I mean, there's a lot of heavy hitters here, that's for sure, as we've seen in past weeks.
Man, we've definitely, like I said, I mean, we've talked about it. You and I have joked around about it a little bit, but you know, it's been talked about, the drought and the, you know, still the chase to make the first feature of the season. I would think that Limaland's got to be one of the places that, you know, if it was going to happen tonight, tonight's got to be one of the most comfortable places for you to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be all about putting that good lap down in qualifying and hopefully starting up front in one of them heats or locking into qualifying.
Well, it kind of leads into my next question for you, man. Me and Robbie were sitting up here talking about it just now. You know, of course, when you're going to cut the field in half, qualifying's never going to be easy, and I don't want to overstate the fact that I'm not saying it's easy by any means. But tonight there's that added challenge of, you know, to be fast around this place, more times than not, you're going to be right up against the wall tickling the cush. You know, does it go that much more into how hard the concentration is as a driver to put down that fast lap and still be right up there on the cushion?
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, especially in turns 1 and 2, the cushion's so far up, I mean, you don't really know what to do.
Well, man, I appreciate you taking a few seconds out. I know drivers' meeting going on right now, but I knew you'd been there, you had heard it, and probably knew what was going on, so we wanted to get a quick minute with you before you go out there and turn some laps. But good luck tonight, brother, and hopefully tonight's the night.
Thanks.
Well, Robbie, a guy that you know, definitely has made a living out of this place, you know, as far as racing in big shows here and trying to make them. I feel like there was a sense of calm in the voice of John Kennedy tonight.
Yeah, I think John coming probably a little tense in the first 3 weeks, putting too much pressure on himself to try and make the event. So it's kind of interesting to see him calm here tonight. I think maybe he's taking the pressure off of himself and he's just going to go with the flow, and that can be a dangerous thing. You know, I race a lot with John on the weekends, and when he's just out there having fun and doing his thing, John's a dangerous competitor on these tracks.
I'll tell you what, as the pre-race show continues on, I'm looking down through here, seeing who else we could dial up, maybe that we haven't talked to in a while or whatnot. I tell you what, get get a hold of Showtime. We'll see what Showtime's got going on with him tonight. Shane Showtime Kelly. This is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy.
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Well, man, we're ready to see late model action here. 38 strong, going to be trying to time in through qualifying into the top 10 or 12 spots. What do you think, man? I see you currently sitting. See, I just had you on my time chart. Sitting 15th right now. Do you think you got any more in it?
Yeah, I was trying some stuff out. I got a couple changes up my sleeve here. Hopefully, get a little faster and got here and bust this top 10, so I don't have to worry about running these heat races.
Man, you're another one of those guys that we've talked about who, you know, no stranger to us here at Backwards Hat Productions. Is Robbie and I have been watching you for a while now. It seems like on Wednesday nights, especially with the crew you've got, you know, people have alluded to a ton of heavy hitters in this thing, man. You there, Shane? Think we may have lost our connection with Shane Kelly, Robbie.
You got a copy?
There he is. He's back. Yeah, man, we were just talking about, you know, like I said, you're no stranger to us here at Backwards Hat Production, always up front. But, man, like we've talked about with a few other drivers, a lot of heavy hitters, especially, you know, when you're cutting it down from 39 cars to 11, just trying to make the show tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there's quality guys in here. I don't know if you guys heard me there the first time, but I already missed one show this year, and, you know, I thought I had a good setup in the fast car, so at any given time, there's going to be some fast drivers going home. You go out here and mess up in qualifying, and you got to move on to the heat races to make it in. Anything could happen then, and then that gets rough.
Man, I talked to John Kennedy a minute ago. I want to ask you about it. You know, that thin line between being fast and being wrecked is definitely a little thinner all night long here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Does that go into the way, you know, you as a driver attack qualifying, knowing that you get up over the cushion and into the wall, that could be a disallowed time and you could be coming deep from a heat?
Yeah, I mean, this track's very tricky. I mean, it comes top dominant around feature time. Right now, there's some good traction out there to be found. It's all about going out here, getting the right setup, and hitting the right line to go out and qualify and turn down a fast lap so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, man, I know the drivers' meeting going on. I want to thank you for taking a few seconds out to talk with us. Before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just all my teammates at Midwest Racing. My dad hopefully is out there watching, and you guys for putting on a great broadcast. I want to see what I can do with this number 7 car tonight and hopefully put her up to the front.
Heck yeah, well, good luck Showtime, and we'll be watching. Robbie, I believe I see the radio channel of last week's winner if you want to possibly see if you can't dial him up.
I'm looking, but Jacob L.
There you go.
Jacob L. Robbie Butner, Backwards Hat Production. You got a copy, bud? Jacob L. Robbie Butner, Backwards Hat Production. You got a copy?
Looks like he may be away from the radio, so go ahead and move him back up there into the active radio channels. But Robbie, driver's meeting continues on. You know that you can just kind of feel it in the air tonight. And as we talked to a few of the drivers, joked around with them down, you know, as they prepared for tonight. You've got guys that, you know, are going to play it cautious, like Laurel Haven said last week, take care of the car. And then you've got those guys that, you know, just tend to go for it. Do you see maybe the aggressive style outweighing tonight and, you know, risk over reward?
Yes and no. I think in the heat race, you're going to have to be aggressive. These laps are going to click off really quick. It's a 20-lap heat race. I mean, it's gonna go a lot faster than you think so. But I think when the feature comes along, you're going to have to be very methodic about the way you try and move up through the field because, you know, it's a longer race. You got more time to try and make your way through, and there's more cars up there at one time. So you're going to have to pick and choose your battle as you go through there. But I definitely think you're going to have to be aggressive in the heat races, especially if you start at the back. You're just going to have to be willing to throw it in there deeper than anybody else.
Man, I tell you what, the pre-race show rolls on. We've got about 3 minutes before they take the track for qualifying. Why don't you, I've dialed up a few people. Why don't we go ahead and let you dial somebody up and see how they're feeling about tonight?
All right. Jared Beasley, Robbie Buckner, Backwards Hat Productions. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Jared, man, you know, last season you started off as a man on fire, won 3 out of the first 5 races. Since then, it's been kind of a slump for you. It's been a hard battle, man. What's your odds to make the field tonight and give these guys a show?
Yeah, I started off pretty strong last year, but this year we've got a lot more people, a lot better competitors. It's gonna be very hard to get to the front for sure. But just hopefully drive a clean race, and keep it straight. I'm just trying to wing it through this.
I understand, brother. I tell you, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but you kind of have a background in dirt racing a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, you race go-karts on dirt?
Yes, I do race go-karts on dirt. I've actually been doing go-kart racing for 13 years now, and ever since I was 7 years old. But I've been in dirt racing all my life, dirt and asphalt racing. I love racing all around. But yeah, I do have a record in dirt.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you tonight. I know you guys are getting ready to qualify. But before I let you get out of here, man, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a big shout out to JB Paints, and want to give a big old shout out for Michael Redding. He don't get enough thanks, but I really thank him. He does an excellent job with this league, and you guys up there in the booth, I want to thank y'all too.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck. Go out there and qualify that thing in the top 12 so you ain't got to worry about a heat race.
All right now.
Well, Robbie, just as you finish up the interview with Jared Beasley, here it is. 39 cars going to come to life, see who can put down a quick time. Jared Crumrine going to be one of the first out, as you're going to see us scroll through quite a few of them. Jacob Walker in the 96 car out of the Midwest region. There it is, Robbie, already. A lot of drivers right up there around the cushion.
Heck yeah, right up on the top. Got to get it going, get it riding. We got over on the YouTube side, we got AG Addict saying they're from Oklahoma. And after evening to everybody, well, evening to you too there, AG. Got Joey the Jedi Lamb out in the chat, wishing everybody good luck. And looks like we got Frank Gonzalez Sr. out there. Says he wants to wish his son Frank Gonzalez good luck tonight. Well,
heck yeah.
Frank will definitely be one to deal with tonight.
Well, as we talk about him, he's going to go to number 2 on the board right behind Dustin Lemmernight with a quick time of 12.695. Frank Gonzalez, Joey Lamb. A couple of Joey Lamb racing cars right there in the top 3. Last week's winner put out a quick time originally, but it's now fallen a little bit, and it's going to be Jaden Walker out of the Midwest region taking the 4th spot away, but still in the top 5 is Jacob Leverstein. Then you've got Trevor Drake, who was the fastest car in practice. Ryan Mark Broderick out of Pennsylvania, the 1000.com entry. Jared Mogard in the house tonight. John Hain in the return, going to be 9th, and it's Dustin Hall right now rounding out your top 10.
And right now, Nathan Cashler and Chris Renzi are the last 2 drivers on speed that are going to make it to the main without having to go through a heat race unless somebody's able to go out there and knock them out.
Heath Lawson going to put it up against the wall in 1 and 2. Currently 15th on your board with a 12.813 as we continue to watch cars roll around. Just a handful left. I believe most have already taken time. Jackson Allen going to go to quick time with a 12.685. Give it to the West Virginia driver. Robbie could be setting pretty.
Yeah, definitely a good lap there for Jackson Allen. I tell you, though, that knocks Chris Orencia out of the main and into the heats.
The outside outlaw going to have to come out of a heat race 20 seconds away from heat race number 1. Folks, it's fixing to get turned up just a little bit more. You see Brendan Elzoff out there in the Napa car using all this practice time as he much does, Robbie. And, you know, definitely one of those things, use every bit as you can to get it shook down.
Yeah, you definitely want to go out there and get as much time as you can, because right now Brendan is way down on the charts. So he's going to definitely have to find something here.
Something a little different, Robbie. The Chevy Silverado pace truck must have been in the shop. You got the Ford Mustang pace car out there going to lead us to the green and a field of hungry drivers trying to make the show. It all starts right up here in your front row. Heat race number 1 is going to look like this. The 78 car out of Georgia, that's Chris Arencia. To the outside is going to be the 71 of Richard Spar.
Starting on the inside of the next row, in the number 83 is going to be Darren Literal, and to his outside it's going to be that 24 of Trevor Shaken Baker.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the 25 car out of the Mid-South region of Brett Rolls. To Rolls outside, we're still waiting for that grid spot to be taken.
Should be the 41 of Michael Rafferty.
There he is, Michael Rafferty, going to be out of the Plains region to make up row number 3.
Row 4, and the final row is going to be the 033 of Jared Crumrine, and to his outside is going to be that 01 of Marcus Brown.
Robbie, here we go. They're beginning to roll. You know, as a driver right now, you've got to think anxiety is going to be at an all-time high. Because, you know, this is it. There's no B feature. There's no alphabet soup. It's simply race your way out of a heat or transfer to the trailer.
Yeah, you definitely got to get in there and get it done, and only the top 2 are going to advance.
Here we go. The Ford Mustang pace car going to lead us around. We're going to go green next time out of turn number 4. It'll be Chris.
That Mustang's off a little bit.
It's going to be Chris Arencia, Richard Spar leading us to the green. Green flag in the air. It's Arencia Spar on the loud pedal. Down into turn 1. It's going to be Chris Arencia by half a car.
Yeah, Arencia is going to pull him down the backstretch, and that's going to bring Jaron Little into second place as they come off of turn 3 and 4, head down the front stretch.
Here comes Jay Darren in the 83 car up to second. Spar back to third. It's going to be Trevor Shaken Baker in fourth.
Yeah, right now, Arencia looks like he's going to get out to a good lead here, try and set some quick laps, but he's got a hungry pack of drivers chasing him down the backstretch. Definitely
does. We're going to go on board with one of those right now. Trevor Shaken Baker in the 24 cars. Everybody right up against the wall. Get a look at Baker as he tickles the cush with the right rear quarter panel. Oh, Baker's going to be in the wall. Here comes Rafferty. Gets it woed up. All of a sudden, we now have a battle for the transfer spot.
Yeah, right now, the 71 is going to be the last car in the transfer spot, running in second. And he's got a little bit of a gap over Jay Darren right now.
Only 2 cars going to transfer out of the heat races. The pressure is on. As you see, everybody, this is a battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Up front, you've got Chris Arencia, Richard Spar leading the way. Cross flags in the air, halfway to go.
Right now, it definitely looks like Spar and Arencia are the class of this heat. Don't give up on Jay Darren right now as he's trying to find what needs to be done to be able to catch back up to these guys.
We'll go on board virtue of the helmet cane. You watch the driver of the 83 car as he tries to track down your leader. He's going to bounce it off the wall a little bit down the back straightaway. Robbie, definitely nothing here that's out of the norm and, you know, going to affect you a whole lot.
Yeah, a little bit of contact with the wall isn't going to slow you down much, and it definitely hasn't slowed down Jay Darren Little at all here as he continues to chase down Richard Spar for that last and final transfer spot.
One of the big stories in heat race number 1 is the 41 car of Michael Rafferty, as you see him in and out of the screen just a little bit. Currently running in the 4th. Robbie, when we're in the limited late models, you know, he kind of dominated that season now, but still struggling here in week 4 to find the handle.
Yeah, definitely a step up from the limiteds to the pros. Not that big of a jump, but it's still a big jump. The setups are a little bit different. The gearing's a little bit different, and Rafferty's got to find that sweet spot. But he's definitely a fast driver and definitely somebody you got to look out for in coming weeks.
Well, the outside outlaw continues to lead. It's 8 laps to go. He's got Richard Spar all over the deck lid. We're going to see if maybe Spar just kind of hangs in there, Robbie. You got to think if you're Richard Spar right now, you know you're locked in. Why push it?
Well, you would think why push it, but at this point, only 2 cars are getting in. So right now, you're right on that bubble, and you got a really hungry driver in Jay Darren that's chasing you down right now. You're going to want to try and get up there and get around Arencia and make Arencia have to deal with the pressure.
It's about 0.6 of a second right now, and you see how little of a gap that is between second and third, as Jay Darren Luttrell still tries to track down the top 2 as we continue to watch Chris Arencia put it up on the cushion. Caution flag's going to fly. It'll be the 0-1 car of Marcus Brown.
Yeah, Marcus Brown, unfortunately, is going to go around, bring out the caution here. And that's not what Chris Arencia wanted to see. But this may restart, or may not exactly sure. We're on completing lap 17, coming to 18 out of 20.
Gonna be 4 laps to go. We'll see what happens here. See what call race control makes, whether we go single file or double them up. I believe we will see the green flag again in heat race number 1. And if we do, I would expect the intensity to ramp up even that much more.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get more intense if we get back going here.
Well, the Ford Mustang pace car going to lead us through 1 and 2. Chris Arencia, Richard Spar going to get doubled up. It's 1 to green, Robbie. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, this is going to get exciting here. We should have a green-white checkered finish here.
We're going to go virtue of the nose cam, your 3rd place driver off the start. There you see it, Arencia going to get the start, and we're going to go 3 wide into 1.
3-4 wide as we exit off the
Oh, Rafferty going to get caught up. It's going to be the 83, the 033 of Crumrine. Everybody going to stay going, but man, what a jumble it was.
Yeah, that was...
Oh, Crumrine. Rafferty now... Big melee towards the end of it. That's going to wrap it up. But, Robbie, I think we said it last week, you're going to see some tempers flare, especially some emotions. And I feel like that's maybe a little bit of what we saw there towards the end of that heat race.
Yeah, I think definitely was some tempers flaring there. But, you know, when only 2 cars advance, you kind of got to go for it. So, unfortunately there, looks like Jay Darren is going to come out on the losing end of that one, but a heck of a run for him in that heat. Definitely didn't want to see that caution.
Give it up to Chris Arencia, the outside outlaw, and Richard Spar as well, as they definitely put on a show for us. Hey guys, heat race number 2 on the track now. We're going to show you how it all shakes down. You got the 88 car, Chad Wheeler, and the big Johnson Peterbilt ride tonight. To his outside, row number 1, that's going to be J.W. Anderson out of the Mid-South region in the 6.
Starting 3rd, Havens Nation. Here's your man, Laurel Havens in the 47. And the Laurel's outside is going to be that 20 of J.R. Bash.
Brand new scheme, breast cancer awareness, the big theme for tonight. Laurel Havens showing off the pink. Then you got J.W. Bash. On the next row, Robbie, we talked to him in the pre-race show, Jared Beasley out of Alabama. To his outside, you've got the 17 car of Christopher Lewis.
Yeah, next row back, you got the 33 of Torrin Shirts. And starting dead last in the field is going to be the 5 of Stephen Gregory.
Looks like Stephen Gregory may have missed the call as the field continues to roll around. There's going to be green flag in the air next time by. Robbie, I called it out, heat race number 1. I'm going to let you have the distinct pleasure of calling us to the green in 2.
Heck yeah, as we get ready for the cars to head down the backstretch. Want to catch up real fast on the YouTube chat. Fractured Chain with a good luck from the 09. Adam Lankty out there from Wears Valley, Tennessee. Good to have you along, brother, and thanks for the compliment. Bam Bam 3D Racing from Florida. The green flag is in the air, and Chad Wheeler is away and headed off into turn 1. They come off the backstretch, heading to turns 3 and 4. Wheeler again still with the lead, but Laurel Havens digging the bottom, is making up a lot of ground. Laurel's going to move to second place as we head to 1. Laurel's going to try to get to the inside of Wheeler heading down the backstretch.
Into 3 and 4. Now Wheeler going to go top side after he and Laurel Havens both doing a little catfish bottom feeding down on the bottom through 1 and 2. Wheeler now going to almost rub the graphic off the right rear quarter panel as it goes top shelf around to complete lap number 3.
Wheeler on the top, Havens on the bottom. Two distinct lines, two different ways to get around this track. Both drivers digging hard as they come off of turn 2. Wheeler with a slight advantage heading to 3.
Don't look now, but here comes J.W. Anderson. He wants a piece of this thing. We're 5 down, 16 to go.
Again, Havens on the bottom. Looks like he's going to have the advantage over Wheeler going into 3, but Wheeler's going to fight back on the high side, as Brad likes to say, tickling the cush as he comes out of turn number 4.
Back behind these guys, you've got a 4-way dogfight, including Jared Beasley, the 17 of Christopher Lewis, and the 20 car of J.R. Bash. These guys all just trying to find a little bit of momentum because, Robbie, as we saw in heat race number 1, late race cautions, you want to be set up and give yourself a shot for it. You're not out until it's over.
No, you're definitely not out of this until you're over, but right now, them battling side by side the way they are is allowing the top 3 to scoot away as they go down the backstretch. Again, Havens and Wheeler side by side battling for that lead.
J.W. Anderson so close he can almost touch it as Laurel Havens continues to run the bottom. Chad Wheeler tickling the cush again through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Still no change in your top 3.
No, Havens on the bottom, Wheeler on the outside, battling hard as they can, but I tell you, man, that guy sitting there in 3rd is definitely waiting for a mistake to happen from one of these drivers as he's digging hard on the bottom there, trying to make his way up towards the front.
Great look from the roof cam of Laurel Havens as you see J.W. Anderson throw it in there. You go out front and it's all clean racetrack, but if you look to the immediate right, there's Chad Wheeler. He's been the story of heat race number 2 so far, tickling the cush, lap after lap, mastering that thin line from being fast and being in the wall.
Yeah, Wheeler running that top side. He's able to keep that late model wound up while Laurel's having to kind of bind it up down there on the bottom. As you can see, as this run goes on, it seems like the top side is starting to prevail over the bottom as Laurel is now going to fall behind Wheeler as they go down into turns 3 and 4. But Laurel isn't giving up. He's still digging hard down on the bottom.
Back here, look at the battle. It's still a great one, even though it's well outside the cut line. Torrin Shirts, the 20 car J.R. Bash, Jared Beasley continue to fight their way through heat race number 2. It'll be 6 laps to go this time.
Yeah, 6 laps to get to the stripe, and J.R. Bash has made his way clear of that battle at the back and starting to reel in the top 3. This could get interesting. We could have 3 drivers battling for that second and final transfer spot.
Out front, Wheeler continues to open up the lead now. It's about 0.7 of a second over Laurel Havens, who continues to hold the stranglehold on that last and final transfer spot.
Yeah, Laurel Havens like a big catfish right now. He's just sucking on that bottom, trying to make sure that he gets all he can. Shortest way around the track is not always the fastest, but I tell you, Laurel is making it work right now.
Look right there from the top of the fuel cell. Take a look back. That's J.W. Anderson just waiting, but time's running out. It's going to be 2 laps to go next time by.
Yeah, how much longer can J.W. Anderson wait before he makes his move on Laurel? Right now, he's been following in Laurel's footsteps, but it looks like now he's going to move to the top side and see if he can make his way around him.
Here we go. It's 2 laps to go down the back straightaway. 1 lap next time by. Does J.W. Anderson have anything for Laurel Havens? We're fixing to find out.
Yeah, as they come through 1 and 2, Chad Wheeler pretty much has this thing in hand. The battle is going to be for that second and final transfer spot. Laurel to the bottom, JW to the top side.
Side by side off of turn number 4 is Havens by a nose. Holy cow, heck of a race. Give kudos to J.W. Anderson. It wasn't for a lack of effort. However, he's going to be the first car watching the A feature from the trailer.
Yeah, heck of a battle, though. He definitely gave it all he could there. JW has nothing to hang his head about. Any other race that would have got him in, but here at Limaland, only the top 2 advance.
Well, here we go, folks. Heat race number 3 on the track now. It's going to line up like this on the front row. From the poles, going to be David Kuntz out of Indiana in the 19 car. To his outside, it's going to be a Mid-South driver, Tyler Wolf in the 4.
Yeah, starting 3rd is going to be the Outlaw himself, Mr. Michael Redding. And the Michaels outside, the man that you talked to earlier tonight, Showtime Shane Kelly.
1 row back from that's where you're going to find the 15 car of Jason Barrett, Leukemia Lymphoma Society, on that ride tonight. To his outside in the brand new number 97 car, that's going to be Blake Heather.
Yeah, and starting shotgun on the field in the number 27 is going to be Andrew Cardinale.
Here we go there we go. Had a momentary video feed problem there. We do have it going once again as we continue to follow the Ford Mustang pace car through 3 and 4. It'll be 1 to green here as we'll go green next time out of turn number 4.
Yeah, we're going to go green here, but I got a question for you, Brad. How big of a mud swamp do you think you can get on the back of that Mustang?
I don't know, man. I was just thinking that very same thing to myself. Like I said, I guess the Chevy Silverado must be in the shop tonight. Bring out the pace car. Bring out the Ford Mustang pace car here. As we get set to go, green flag in the air. David Kunt's going to lead us down, but here comes Tyler Wolf. Through 1 and 2. We're going to go 3 wide now. The Evil Outlaw down there on the bottom.
Yeah, Redding down on the bottom of the sandwich here. Looks like Redding might have the advantage. Tyler Wolf's digging hard on the top side with David Kuntz in the middle, but Kuntz is going to squeeze out to the front.
Kuntz now going to go through 1 and 2. Still the meat in the sandwich. The Evil Outlaw, Michael Redding, going to be around the bottom, and Tyler Wolf's going to be in the wall. Wolf going to make contact with Heather. That's going to slow Heather up.
Yeah, Tyler and Kuntz make contact going into 3 there. It's going to run Wolf up the track. Wolf gets gathered back up. He's in 4th, but he's got a lot of work to do to get back to the front. Kuntz is trying to fend off a battle from Michael Redding down on the bottom.
Michael Redding right down there around the tires through 1 and 2. Looked like it pushed a little bit. That's going to drop him back to 3rd, and here comes Shane Showtime Kelly.
Yeah, Shane Kelly definitely.
Oh, Kelly going to throw it deep, sell it cheap, collects Tyler Wolf. They're both going to continue on, but Shane Kelly going to be a little worse for the wear.
Yeah, not sure exactly what happened there. Looked like a little bit of line protection from Kuntz going down into 1 kind of messed up Shane Kelly's entry there, and Shane Kelly just, whew, that was crazy.
Well, there you see it right there. It's going to be Shane Showtime Kelly, who was up there battling for a transfer spot, now back to 5th. Meanwhile, you go back up front, and the battle's still just as great as it was. Wolf's going to climb the wall.
Wolf jumped the cushion there in 3 and 4, climbed the wall, but I tell you, don't look now. On the inside, Blake Heather is going to try and get the lead as they go into 3 and 4.
Here we go. It's 3 wide. Laps winding down. It's 12 laps to go. Heather going to make a little contact with Redding. The Evil Outlaw now going to get shuffled back to 3rd. Robbie, you've got to wonder, man, these laps winding down in heat race number 3, composure is going to be a must here. If you're Michael Redding, you've been up there battling for a transfer spot, get shuffled out just a little bit, but now it's time to reel them back in.
Yeah, you're going to have to reel them back in if you're Michael. You're going to have to regroup and try and gather yourself here and see what you can do. As you can see now, Michael's moved up to the top side of the track. But I tell you, with the new damage model, it's going to be interesting to see how that damage affects Michael's car from that contact there. But Blake either had the same contact. Doesn't seem like it affected his much. But I tell you, it looks like Tyler Wolf is kind of worked for the wear here on the damage on his car.
Well, right now, the battle and the tension all up here. It's Michael Redding trying to inch his way back into the battle. Meanwhile, it's David Kuntz, where he's been all night up here in the top 2. And Blake Heather, how about the rally from the back to take the point?
Yeah, Blake Heather done a good job going from the very back of the pack up towards the front. And right now, he's cleared Kuntz, and it looks like he's got him by like 3 car lengths as they go down into turn 3.
Kuntz going to continue to run the mile-high cushion through 3 and 4. Laps winding down. It's 6 laps to go. Michael Redding still going to fight the bottom. And Shane Kelly now going to try to work his way back up into the battle, but a lot of ground to go and not a whole lot of time left.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Let's see if he can get it done. But I tell you right now, Michael Redding is on the inside of Kuntz. Kuntz is going to have to fight for his life here to save that transfer spot.
Here goes Redding down into turn number 1. Kuntz going to run the top. Redding now door by door. It's going to be Kuntz in the momentum down the backstretch into 3 and 4.
Yeah, I tell you, Kuntz is barely able to hold off Redding right now. But how impressive was that drive by Heather on the bottom there to get around? We watched Laurel in the previous heat. He was able to get to the inside of Wheeler in his heat, but he wasn't able to clear him. But I tell you, Blake Heather's found something down there on the bottom. His car is a rocket ship right now.
2 laps to go. The Evil Outlaw back to second. We'll see if he can hang on. David Kuhn's going to continue to run third. Fourth will be Shane Kelly.
Yeah, 1 lap to go as they cross the start-finish line, get the white flag. Blake Heather's going to be your leader going in 3 and 4, but the battle is going to be for second spot as they come out of 3 and 4.
Here we go. It's going to be Michael Redding transferring to the show. The Evil Outlaw out of Batesville, Arkansas. David Cooch, Shane Kelly, Jason Barrett, Tyler Wolf, Tyler Justice, all going to see their nights come to an end.
Yeah. Got our 4th and final heat race.
4th and final heat race on deck now. It's going to be Heath Lawson out of the Mid-South region in the 8 car, going to lead us to the green. Waiting to see how the rest of it's going to file out here. Looks like it'll be the 89 car. We talked to him earlier in the night. John Kennedy to the outside, row number 1.
Yeah, row number 2 on the inside is going to be that number 68 of Ronald Piles. And Ronald's outside is going to be the 61 of Brendan Elsoff. But I do not see Ronald. Oh, there he is.
There he is. 1 row back from that's where you're going to find the 20 car of... Well, I said that. No, it's where you're going to find the 96 car. 1 second. Give us a second here, folks.
Be the 23 of Ryan Gaunt.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing that STP scheme in the 20 car. That's why we jumped a little higher there. It will be Ryan Gaunt. Jacob Walker going to round out the field with the 27 car of Andrew Cardinelli.
Yep.
Robbie, one of the big questions coming into tonight, John Kennedy, would tonight be the night? We're fixing to find out. He's got 20 laps to try to make it as he's going to start from that final transfer spot.
Yeah, right now he's in the feature by virtue of where he's starting, but can he stay there or advance his position?
Well, here we go. Call us to the green, Rob.
Green flag's in the air. Right now, it looks like Kennedy is going to be able to protect that second place. As Ronald Piles digs to the inside as they come off of turn number 2. Head down the backstretch, 3 wide for the battle for the lead.
3 wide. Oh, Powell's going to check up to stay out of Kennedy. Ryan Gaunt to the back of the 68 car. Caution going to fly. Ronald Piles, the driver out of Virginia in the 68. I believe that's another West Virginia driver as well.
Yep.
Going to tag the back of the field now. Go back and show you what happened to Ronald real quickly as we continue to pace around. Gonna see it right here. Piles gonna get the run. Everything looks good down the back straightaway right there. Checks up just a little bit. There's you see it. Nothing intentional by the 23 car of Gaunt, Robbie. Just one of them things, man. When you stack these cars up, things get tight and room can run out quickly.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, you get crossed up a little bit there, and next thing you know, contact.
Well, here we go as we're going to restart it. John Kennedy to the lead. Green flag in the air. It's Kennedy going to lead us back to the restart. 16 laps to go.
Yeah, John Kennedy with an aggressive restart there is going to get a good jump on the field as he begins to hug the bottom, kind of catfishing down there on the bottom as everyone else is trying to run that high side to get around him.
Look at them bouncing off of each other back there right around the 4th position. Ronald Piles going to try to make his way back up through the field. He knows that he's got to be on the loud pedal here, Robbie, because every lap's going to be important.
Yeah, every lap is extremely important at this point. You got to make up as much ground as you can. Like we talked about before these heat races, now is when you got to be aggressive. In the feature, you take your time, be cautious, but right now you got to be aggressive. And for Ronald Piles, that means making some moves that probably he normally wouldn't make, taking some chances he wouldn't normally take, as he's now moved into the 4th position as he heads off into turn number 3.
They're 3 wide back here behind Piles. Cardinale finds the fence. Now he and Ryan Gaunt going to get together. See if everybody continues on. It looks like they will. However, it's going to be problems for Cardinale. Even bigger problems for Ryan Gaunt as the car almost coming to a stop in front of our leaders. Now going to get back going.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting here as Gaunt's going to run the high side. That's going to slow up Heath Lawson up there on the top and get down to 1 and 2. Piles is on the bottom, so it's going to be interesting to see how the leaders work around him.
Here we go. It's going to be Heath Lawson up around the top. You see it there. John Kennedy now. Robbie, the lap car definitely, you know, coming into play here. If you're John Kennedy, how patient are you with this guy?
If you're John right now, you're extremely mad. Ryan Gaunt, I know he's trying to make as much ground up as he can. He's trying to stay out there and fight for that transfer spot, but he just really slowed up Kennedy there. No, it wasn't intentional, but I guarantee you Kennedy is not happy right now. He's probably a little hot under that helmet.
Well, it's a 2.5 lead for Heath Lawson now as he begins to check out. Not only did that open that gap up, but that brought Brendan Elsoff back into play. We'll see if he can track Kennedy down. It's going to be 6 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, Elsoff has now gained ground on Kennedy, but Kennedy's kind of stabilized that gap. He's working on trying to run down our leader again as we come out of 4, head to the stripe.
We'll go roof cam on Elsoff because I mentioned it earlier, man. Look at that mile-high cushion. It's almost the fishbowl effect as we continue to wear the track down right now. Look at how high that cushion up is, especially in the center of the corner.
Yeah, they pushed the center of the corner pretty much all the way up to the wall, which is awesome, but at the same time, it's very bad because once you jump that cushion, you have nowhere to go but into the fence and up it.
We saw Tyler Wolf doing a few heat races ago right now. Brendan Elsoff going to continue to flirt with it. Meanwhile, Kennedy able to open the gap back up, and is he now going to begin to run down Heath Lawson again? And you've got the 27 car of Cardinale out there in front of the leaders, who I don't think will be in play, but it'll be interesting to see as it's 2 laps to go.
Yeah, as we come the 2 laps to go here, I don't think they're going to catch Cardinale, but you never know what's going to happen here. He makes a bobble off the corner, could slow stuff down. But white flags in the air right now. Looks like our man John Kennedy is going to finally make a feature event.
Heath Lawson had that thing wound up around the top side the last few laps, give the heat race win to him. And it is what we talked about, one of the big questions now answered. Congratulations, John Kennedy, as he is going to make the show be that last and final transfer car out of the last heat.
Heck yeah. Good job by John there to be able to make it into this field. I know this race means a lot to him tonight with breast cancer awareness. So it's definitely good to see him be able to make it in. He's going to start shotgun on the field and got his work cut out for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's talk to some of the drivers who are in with him. I'll tell you what, Robbie, we'll let you do the honors, but why don't you dial up the evil outlaw Michael Redding, as I know after the heat race that he had, he's definitely going to have a lot to talk to us about.
Michael Redding, Robbie Buckner, back with that production. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, go ahead.
How about that drive in your heat race to make the feature, brother? Tell us about your car tonight.
I felt pretty good. I was a little loose on exit, but man, there was a lot of clean race between me and Blake and David. I hated, knocking David out, but at the same time, we're here racing for points, so he ain't got no friends once the green flag drops.
Heck no, once that helmet goes on and the visor comes down, it's every man for himself. But I tell you, man, you were catfishing down there on the bottom, just sucking up the dirt down on the bottom. Seemed like the first 2 heat races, everybody was up towards the top, but towards the last 2 heat races, it seems like everybody now is right down on that bottom. Is there more moisture and grip down there on the bottom for you guys, or is it all going back towards the top again?
I think it's starting to lean back towards the top. There towards the end of that race, I had to get up on the top, or I was going to get eaten alive. So I could use it to run in on the corner, but I'd have to get right back up pretty quick when I did it. So.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Well, I'll tell you, man, you're a man of many faces when you come to the racetrack here at the MVRL. You wear the owner's hat, you wear the promoter's hat, and you wear a driver's hat. But as a driver, man, anybody out there you want to give a shout out to before I let you go practice some more?
Yeah, I thank all the drivers for coming out and supporting this deal. Laurel Havens for all the help he does, Joey Lamb. The list can go on, but most importantly tonight, I got to thank David Kuntz and Stephen Gregory for putting up the prize money for tonight.
Heck yeah, definitely don't want to forget the guys that put up the prize money tonight. Heck of a prize these guys will be racing for. You want to tell the fans how much they're going to be running for?
50 to win tonight. I think it's 25 per second. I think 15, 10, and 5, and then the quick time got 5. The hard charger's going to get 5, and then they're going to pick a hard luck award for whoever had the worst luck in the feature.
Heck yeah, brother.
And they're going to get 5.
Well, heck yeah, man. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully we're talking to you at the end of this thing as you're hosting that $50 check.
I sure hope so. We could use it.
Well, Robbie, there you heard it. I'd almost forgot all about that. Special thanks to the guys putting that added up money up. And unlike a weekly show, Robbie, this one's got a little bit extra meaning. $50 going to be in somebody's pocket at the end of the night.
Yeah, $50 in your pocket at the end of the night. I tell you though, it's all for a good cause tonight. It's all about raising awareness for breast cancer awareness. You know, a lot of people are affected by this every single year, whether you know it or not, or you want to realize it or not. Just about everybody out there has been affected by this horrible disease, and hopefully one day soon we won't have to think about it anymore. But it's just a good thing to know. But can't go without, like Bradley or like Michael said, thanking the sponsors and K&F Racing for putting this on. The $50 to win breast cancer awareness powered by K&F Racing event here tonight at Limaland.
We're on board with Jared Mogard right now, as well as a few others. There's the roof cam of John Hain. Robbie, that cushion getting bigger and bigger as the laps wind on. Also, a lot of rubber being taken down around the top part. We're going to go blimp cam, show you just what we're talking about. There you see it, but it's still not keeping guys like Laurel Havens, Frank Gonzalez deterred from running the bottom. You've got to wonder, Robbie, just how long we'll be able to keep 3, maybe 4 wide action up come feature time, because, while it may not be the fastest way around, it's definitely going to be limited space as we stack 22 late models up and go green.
Yeah, it's going to be action-packed from the front to the back, top to the bottom. But, you're going to have to find your groove. You're going to have to go where no one else is if you want to make some moves tonight. And I expect to see 2 distinct groups of racing, possibly a third one. But I tell you, that middle lane, looking at it now, it's pretty much slick as all slick can be right now, dead in the middle of the track. So I think these guys are going to avoid it. You're going to have to decide, do you want to take the risk of jumping the cushion, or do you want to try and bite the tires on the bottom?
Get a look, man. It's 2-3 wide even through practice right now, a little leaning on each other. Fighter jets in a gymnasium if it ever has been around this place. Definitely going to be exciting as we get set to go. We're 5 seconds away from the A main tonight. Robbie, if you had a favorite tonight, who would it be?
Oh, man. I tell you, if he can run a mistake-free race, I know we don't talk about him a lot on the dirt side, but I know how talented this guy is. Jackson Allen, who's starting on the pole tonight, could definitely be somebody to deal with. And don't forget the guys that are starting in row 2, Frank Gonzalez, Joey Lamb. Really, honestly, anybody in the top 12, in my opinion, or somebody you're going to have to deal with. But I think if Jackson Allen can keep his nose clean, keep that car out front, he's got a really good chance of pulling this off tonight.
Well, here we go. Here's your starting lineup. It's the Hub Sim Giveaways number 32 of Jackson Allen out of West Virginia, going to lead us to the green. To the outside of row number 1 is where you're going to find the 91 car out of Pennsylvania, Dustin Levernight.
Yeah, starting in third is going to be that 04 of Frank the Joker Card Gonzalez. And then Frank's outside, and that number 81, Joey the Jedi Lamb.
1 row back from that, so we're going to find the 07 car of Jaden Walker out of the Midwest region. To his outside, that's last week's winner, the 777 of Jacob Leverstein.
Starting in the 7th position is going to be that 12 of Trevor Drake, and to Trevor's outside is going to be Ryan Mark Broderick, and that number 39, the 1000.com man.
Inside row 5 is going to be the 00 car of Jared Mogard, driver out of the Midwest region. To his outside in his return race, going to make the show. Hats off to the driver out of the Plains region, John Hain, in the 75.
Starting 11th is going to be the 331 of Dustin Hall, and Dustin's outside the 21 of Nathan Kassler.
1 row back from that's where you're going to find Chris Arencia in the 78 car. He was the winner of heat race number 1. To his outside, the heat race winner the winner of heat race number 2, Chad Wheeler in the 88.
Starting 15th tonight is going to be that. Looks
a host of a host of others as we get set to go. Green flag in the air. Jackson Allen going to take it top shelf through 1 and 2. He'll lead us down the backstretch into turn number 3.
Yeah, Jackson on the top side. Frank Gonzalez is trying to make a liar out of me and make that middle work as he makes his way into second spot, going to 1 and 2. And as he comes down the backstretch, he's going to go after our leader, Jackson Allen.
Look at this gaggle of cars as we go on board the BA Graphics blimp cam right now. You've got Leverstein up top. This is a battle for, hell, you might as well say 5th or about 10th position. Everybody's still trying to file it out as we go to complete lap number 3.
Yeah, lap 3, and right now the action is intense all the way through this field. From second on back to dead last, these guys are 2, 3, 4 wide battling. As I say that, the battle for third just picked up. We're 3 wide off of 4 coming to the line.
You're getting a good look at it from Broderick's roof cam right now. There's the spoiler. Go hard or go home. Definitely no shortage of that early as we remain 3 wide throughout most of the field to complete lap number 6.
Yeah, that go hard or go home tale of Jared Mogard is a scene a lot of drivers have seen in a lot of series. Don't expect him to ride back there much longer. He'll probably make his way more towards the front. But I tell you, the 81 of the Jedi, Joey Lamb, is falling backwards right now. Not sure what's going on with his car.
Oh, Levernite going to get turned around. Lamb, look at that. You saw it live. Lamb with a great miss into 3 and 4. Caution flag going to fly for the first time. Man, Robbie, we just talked about him. You switch over to the roof cam and catch what could have been the move of the race for the 81 car.
Yeah, definitely heads up driving there by Joey to miss that wreck. But I tell you, how about the driving job of Dustin Levernite? Done a complete 360, kept that car going straight, didn't hit anything. Amazing job, amazing car control out of our last season champion, Dustin Levernite.
We're going to show it to you from a few angles. There you see the 12 car, Trevor Drake. He skates by, man, look at that. Joey Lamb going to miss it just barely. And then you go to Levernite. 360, everybody going to clear behind him. Holy cow, man. Action, what could have been a, bad deal there. Looks like Leverstein gets into Levernite just a little bit. Levernite with a great job of saving it. As we're going to get set to go green, take you right back to the action. It's Jackson Allen. Green flag in the air. 60 laps to go here at the Limaland Motorsports Park.
Yeah, Jackson Allen back to the front. Frank Gonzalez unfortunately jumped the cushion and won. That's going to cost him, as right now he's going to battle for 3rd and 4th place.
Trevor Drake going to get checked up mid-pack. Leverstein up a position. Checked up Trevor Drake. He did get it going. And, man, look at Joey Lamb back there in the fight of his life right now. Oh, as we say that, he and John Hain going to tangle. It's going to be more position drops for Lamb in the 81.
And Joey Lamb has went from the penthouse to the outhouse. He's almost running shotgun on the field right now.
Man, look at Heath Lawson, who was the 4th and final heat winner, doing exactly what he did in the heat races right up around the top. Definitely one of the guys who's been able to run up there the smoothest, Robbie, as that car is a rocket ship right now. Currently only up 3 positions, but definitely one to keep your eye on.
Yeah, definitely got a fast car. Definitely going to try and make his way towards the front. But I tell you right now, Jackson Allen's checking out on this field. We got a 3-way battle for 2nd place between Mogard, Gonzalez, and I lost the other driver there. Sorry about that.
Looks like it's going to be Jared Mogard, Leverstein, and the... And what? I was trying to call it out from up here. Couldn't really.
Or James Walker.
Jaden Walker, there it is. Couldn't really see the number from up here in the booth. However, it is Jaden Walker who's up from 5th to 2nd right now. Look at that. Gonzalez and Mogard going to get together. And Frank Gonzalez. Not over. The carnage not over. Holy cow. We'll go back and take a look at it. Virtue of the backwards hat production replay.
Holy back crap, Batman.
On your right there, you see Mogard and Frank Gonzalez going to get together. Hard ride for the 04 car. As little place to go, Robbie. Little room to navigate through disaster. Quite a few other cars going to get contact with it. On board, slow it down just a little bit. You're going to see Mogard, Frank Gonzalez. I believe that's two drivers just going to meet fighting for the same real estate. Heavy contact for the 04 into the outside wall. From there, like I said, it's just one hit after another. Robbie, that's one of those things where you see them coming and you just wonder if it's ever going to end as far as how many hits you're going to take before it actually is over.
Yeah, most definitely. Tough break for Gonzalez as we're going back green flag racing. And it looks like, again, Jackson Allen's going to make his way to the top side and try and hold off Jay Wheeler there on the bottom, or Walker.
Jaden Walker now up to second from the 5th starting spot, and here comes Leverstein, last week's winner. However, down on the bottom, you still got Jared Mogard. He continues to dig, and here comes the outside outlaw. Not outside net tonight. He's catfishing around the bottom. Up from 13th to 5th is Orencia.
Yeah, the outside outlaw has now become the inside outlaw as he hugs the inside of this racetrack. Oh, contact between Walker and Mogard.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Mogard going to go for one heck of a ride up against the fence there. Upside down. We're going to go take a look at just what happened. I caught the tail end of it, but you know what this means, Robbie.
Oh, I got to go read something.
We're going to take a look at it from out camera first. Contact right there. There's the big troubles when he gets hit after he comes to a stop. Folks, we took the outside look. Now we're going to put you in the driver's seat, virtue of the helmet cam. There's the contact. Hits the gate opening there. Car comes to a rest, but here comes Blake Heather. Nowhere to go for the 97 car. Tough break for Jared Mogard, who was working his way up through the field before that incident. Now going to find himself all torn up. Meanwhile, we're going to go back green flag racing. Jackson Allen going to lead us out of turn 4. Here comes Orencia. Oh, the leader's going to get together.
All right, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Holy cow. Well, folks, we told you there'd be no shortage of excitement tonight. We'll just go back and take a look at that one real quick as well. We'll do so from the blimp cam. Jackson Allen going to refire and we'll slow it down just a little bit. Here comes Orencia to the outside. Oh, too close to call, Robbie. I'm not, I mean, I believe, you know, I hate to say it, Robbie, but I feel like maybe that's just drivers fighting for the same spot. However, I tell you what, we're gonna do something real quick, because I've got probably one of the best looks. Let's go gyro cam Blake Heather and see what he sees. Look at that. Blake's either gonna go right under this incident. Take one more look at it and hope our roof cam's still intact here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's back in the air. Back in the action here.
Green flag back in the air. We'll skip through now to the live action. Oh! From the last lap of the first.
All right, man, caution.
Caution flag gonna fly. Holy cow. Blake Heather bringing us the action under that last caution, now going to be the source of the action in the next one. We'll take a look and see exactly what happened here. Oh, looks like it started well up in front of Blake Heather. Look at the 07 car. There you see it, 07 going to make contact with the 12 car of Trevor Drake. Drake going to get it checked up. make the attempt to save it. Looks like he's got it saved. Here comes Heather, going to make the run to the outside. 07 then going to make contact with Trevor Drake. Man, Robbie, just when Heather thought he had it gathered up, going to get collected. Ryan Gaunt may have been the luckiest driver through that whole exchange. He just kind of spun it to the infield. Here we go, green flag in the air, and through the rash of cautions, it's last week's winner now going to find his way to the front from the 6th starting spot. Jacob Leverstein going to lead us through 1 and 2.
Yeah, Leverstein back out front now as he heads off into 3 and 4, riding the cushion. Coming off of 4, heading down the front stretch. Much cleaner, organized start this time. Looks like these guys have kind of settled down a little bit here.
You got to think race control probably going to be tightening it up just a little bit here. 5 cautions for 15 laps. We got 33 to go, 38 down. So definitely not a bad race by no means, probably, but intensity got to pick back up again.
Yeah, intensity's definitely picking up. But how about the guy down there on the bottom, digging the bottom, is going to be that number 21 of Nathan Kassler as he tries to work his way around Ryan Broderick, who made his way in the second.
Nathan Kassler won early in the season. Since then, has been kind of quiet. Looking to get back to those winning ways right now. He's up from the 12th position and give him 3rd out of turn number 2. Now for 2nd.
Yeah, he's going to clear 2nd as he goes down into 1. He's going to try and slide it up in front of Broderick. Broderick's going to shut that door on him and go back to the outside as they head down into 1 and 2. Still battling for 2nd position as they come down the backstretch.
Down the back straightaway, you got Kassler in the basement, Ryan Broderick up around the attic. As here you go, and now put Jayden Walker back in the mix once again. And take a look, Robbie Dustin Levernite started 2nd, fell back. Now he's trying to reclaim a spot in the top 5.
Yeah, Levernite definitely doing a good job battling back after the early spin as he tries to make his way in there. But I tell you, these guys right now, I think it's the guy that's able to keep his nose the cleanest that's going to come out of here the winner tonight. Because these guys are really putting on a battle of not rough driving, but real hard-nosed driving right now. Joey Lamb's going to jump the cushion and hit the wall.
Lamb going to jump the cushion, get the wall. There was Richard Spar. He had a little mishap there. Robbie, we talked about clean noses. One of the noses that's definitely maybe not the straightest out there, but not slowing him down. It's Chad Wheeler up from the 14th spot to 7th. The boys in the body shop definitely going to have a little bit of work to do, but so far, Wheeler on the climb.
Yeah, Wheeler definitely on the climb, but we have another caution on the speedway.
Not exactly sure where it took place. However, it does look like the evil outlaw Michael Redding going to bring the 2 car to the pits. $24 laps to go. 6 cautions for 16 laps so far. Trying to see. Looks like it'll be who just got the Jackson Allen going to get the waiver around there in the 32 car. Jared Mogard got the 00 car back out there as well. Although both of those cars, Jackson Allen going to be 7 laps down. Jared Mogard 2 laps down.
Heck yeah, we got a lot of conversation going on in the YouTube chat. I'd love to catch up with you guys, but right now the action is so hot and heavy, and the restarts are so quick and coming at us so fast here, guys. I do see you out there. We're back green flag racing here at Limaland.
Green flag in the air. It's going to be Leverstein through 1 and 2. Going to hit the wall just a little bit. Here comes Broderick. Caution flag going to fly once again. I believe it's going to be towards the rear of the field, though. I didn't see anything up front. We'll go back and take.
Not sure what happened there.
Back, see if we can take a look through some of the field here.
Tell you what, got a little bit of time while Bradley goes through here. Brett Rolls is picking Frank Gonzalez to win this thing. Frank, unfortunately, right now is having a rough night, but he's making his way back up through the field. Bam Bam 3D Racing says he's going with Chris O. Chris, again, one of the drivers had a rough go, but hopefully he can make his way back up there. Adam Lakely says leader come up on that last incident there between, I'm guessing he's talking about between the 32 and the 77 and Arencia. Yeah, fracture chain, definitely some really hard hits out there tonight. And our favorite Australians out there
I believe I found the source of the caution. We're going to zoom in. John Hain. Hain going to get a run, makes contact with Kennedy, brings him to a stop. The 6 car going to get involved in Will, and Ryan Gaunt ultimately going to be the one coming out on the worst end of that deal. Well, there was a quick look at the caution, just a little bit of restart jumble. Meanwhile, Robbie, take a look at this as well. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure we've got the correct running order as they try to sort it out.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's in the air, and it looks like Leverstein on the top side, Kassler on the bottom as they go down the backstretch. Leverstein's going to clear him going into 3 and 4, but Kassler's going to dig back on the bottom, trying to make that spot back up. Leverstein's definitely going to have him as they go down into 1 and 2.
Meanwhile, guys, I told you to watch him. Take a look at Heath Lawson up from the 16th starting spot to 5th. He was up on the cushion, so Greg Gonzalez going to go around in 3 and 4. I want to go back and take a look at something real quick, though. We've told you that the cushion was building up here. I want to show you just how high it is as we're going to follow Heath Lawson. Take a look from the roof. Heath Lawson so far up on the cushion in 3 and 4, nearly drug the spoiler off on the gate. As Robbie would say, look at that, folks. Quarter panel up on top of the wall, as Robbie would say, got t-shirts hung off the back for sale.
Yeah, he does.
I mentioned it earlier. I wanted to bring... Well, here we go, folks, as we're going to go back green flag racing. Like I said, I mentioned it earlier.
All right, man. Light you back on.
Instead of showing the caution, I figured I'd show you, showcase off some of that, man. Like I said, we've told you the cushion pretty high up there, Robbie. Heath Lawson showing us just how high.
Yeah, that cushion is right up against that wall. Heath Lawson's got that right rear just pretty much up on the fence. You had a chance to stick your hand through there, you could high-five that tail panel as it come by you. But Brett Rolls wants me to ask you, Bradley, if this broadcast is sponsored by Roush.
Here we go. We're going to go back green with Jacob Leverstein. Green flag in the air. Leverstein back on the loud pedal. It's going to be the 07 of Walker falling back just a little bit. Kassler on the bottom, and now here comes the 8 car of Heath Lawson. He's going to go even lower through 1 and 2. Now slides it back up to the middle.
Yeah, I don't think Lawson knows what to do down there on the bottom. He's been up against the fence all night long.
Oh!
Contact there.
Contact, and it's Dustin Levernite going to get the worst end of that one. Go back, take a look.
Still wrecking down in 3 and 4.
Man, Levernite just going to kind of be an innocent bystander here. Go up on the blimp. Lawson, a little contact from Broderick. There's Levernite, man, and like I said, Levernite just wrong place, the wrong time.
Yeah, innocent bystander there. Unfortunately, he's going to get caught up in it.
Leverstein out front, trying to make it 2 in a row, Robbie. Laps winding down. What do you think the win percentage for the driver in the 777 is right now?
7 laps to go when we go back green. Looks like probably 85% chance.
Yeah, I'd go with 85. 85 is a good number there. However, just like in a hand of poker, anybody could have that ace in the hole, and we're going to see if it'll be Nathan Kassler, maybe Jaden Walker, and look at Chad Wheeler up 10 spots. Here we go, green flag back in the air. We're back to racing. 6 laps to go. It's going to be Leverstein through 1 and 2 up along the cushion. Here comes Kassler. Walker now down on the bottom. Look at Blake Heather going to stick his nose into the mix.
Yeah, Blake Heather doing a good job making his way up through the field. He's in 3rd, going for 2nd. Chad Wheeler trying to get up in there as well. It is 2, 3, 4 wide behind him, but Leverstein is checking out on the field. His win percentage is slowly climbing up. I say he's about a 93% chance right now.
Wheeler gonna get up on the wheel, get the wall just a little bit. as he starts to fall back. Here comes Joey Lamb, going to work the bottom, try to climb the ladder after the deep hole he fell into. Meanwhile, out front, it's all Leverstein in the 777. Continues to lead the 07 of Walker. Gonna try to close, and Blake Heather. How about Blake Heather up from 15th to 3rd?
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Big wreck off of turn number 4, and that's gonna be 100% chance there for the 777 to get the win.
We're gonna see what happened, as I saw Laurel Havens as well as a few other cars on my relative moving slow. Go back, zoom out just a little bit. Looks like Frank Gonzalez may have made a little contact with the 6 car. Jumbles things up, and from there it's on. Big wreck, everybody just gonna try to get it going straight. But that's gonna do it, Robbie. Like you said, 100% chance, and there he is, burning it down. It's going to be Leverstein in the 777, 2 weeks in a row. Stole the show at the dirt track at Charlotte last week. Came from 6th to do it tonight. As I
most definitely
get a look. Man, how about hats off to John Kennedy? I'm just now getting to take a look at some of the standings, but John Kennedy, you know, he battled so hard to make the show the first 3 weeks. Tonight he makes it, and definitely didn't let the opportunity go to waste, as he came up from 20th to finish 4th.
Yeah, heck of a run for John Kennedy tonight. But right now, though, Leverstein is just a madman out there doing midget donuts basically in a pro late model. That is pretty impressive stuff to watch there.
Well, here we go, folks, as Robbie and I begin to tally up tonight's hard charger. See, John Kennedy picked up 16 spots. Blake Heather picked up 12. Chad Wheeler.
JW picked up 12. It's going to be John Kennedy.
It is going to be John Kennedy, man. Why don't you get the old Illinois driver up here? I know he's going to be one ecstatic guy.
Heck yeah. John Kennedy, Robbie Butner, Backwards Hat Productions. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, how about that, Mr. President? You go from not making a feature in 3 weeks to making the feature this week and being the hard charger for my calculations. Heck of a run, man. Started 20th, battled your way all the way up to 4th.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. I mean, to start that far back and just drive up there, and honestly, I'm surprised I never went to the top.
Never went to the top. That's kind of impressive for you, because usually you're the one that taught me about the hanging the t-shirts off the right rear fender there. So definitely impressive that you're able to stay at the bottom all night, man. I tell you, it seemed like, you know, the complete opposite of what I said was going to happen tonight. I started the broadcast off tonight, and I said we're going to be aggressive in the heat races. We're going to be calm in the feature. We were calm in the heat races and aggressive in the feature. Is that what you felt out there?
I don't know if it was calm, but I mean, the feature is a lot more chaotic than anything. The heat races are a little bit calm, but yeah.
Well, I tell you, man, it's got to make you feel good to know that you were able to make the feature, had a good run tonight. You got the bad weeks behind you now. We're moving forward. I know we got next week off, but the week after that, we're going to go and get after it again, man. Is your confidence coming back up now, knowing that if you could just make it in the feature, you're going to have good runs?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't expect to make it tonight, to be honest.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you the rest of the season, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I thank Michael for putting this on, you guys for broadcasting, and Joy Lamb Racing for the help.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you the rest of the season, and we'll holler at you next time we're out on the track.
Thanks.
Once again, that was tonight's hard charger. John Kennedy going to finish in the 4th spot after starting 20th. Heck of a climb for him. I believe Robbie is now standing by with third place finisher. He started 15th up to third. That's Blake Heather.
I'm standing down here with the man that come home third tonight, Blake Heather. Robbie Butner, backwards hat production, man. You got a copy?
I do, Robbie. How's it going tonight?
Well, man, not as good as you. You started 15th, come home third tonight. Tell us about your run.
Oh man, I tell you, I don't know what happened, but wow, I had a rocket. I mean, there towards the end, if I had some more laps, I think I maybe could have had something up there for Jacob, but he had about a second gap on me there, and I don't really think I could have caught him, but you know, it kind of sucked also when I got wrecked there, or I got involved in a wreck, and it kind of sent me back to the back of the field and had to work my way back through. But all in all, it was a fun racy track for sure. The bottom was working, the middle worked, the top worked, at least for me. Gotta give hats off to everybody that raced clean and gave each other a little bit of room and lifted, and you know, at least tried to have a really exciting show for you guys out there that's watching, and for you guys broadcasting.
I tell you, you guys definitely put on one heck of a show tonight. It was action packed from the start to the finish, side by side, door banging racing all night. Tell us from the driver's seat, did it feel to you that the heats were a little calmer than the actual feature, or is it kind of just the intensity level is just going to pick up no matter what?
I think the intensity picked up once feature came around, especially those top 12 that really didn't get they had that 5 minutes of warm up. You know, I hate running the features or the heats like the way I have been doing the past 2 weeks. I want to just qualify on time and not have to worry about it, but somehow I managed to freaking just set sails tonight. But I think, I mean, all heats and stuff like that, you know, with only 2 or 3, depending on how many heats iRacing breaks it down for us, it kind of intensifies those heats because you only have a few cars rather than the whole field out there. You know, when you get a whole field out there, you know, there's people that are going to be, you know, beating and banging all the time. And, you know, that's just what giving an inch is all about. And I tried to do that as best as I could tonight. And, you know, I'm pretty sure there was a couple moments where I put my nose where it probably shouldn't have, but we made it stick and made it work, and, you know, didn't cause a yellow, and that's all that really matters.
Heck yeah, brother. That's awesome. But tell you, man, give you the mic. You know, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
No, I got to give a shout out to you guys, Backwards Hat, for putting on this. Title, Aces and 8, Joey Lamb Racing, K&F Racing for putting this on, all the breast awareness out there, any case or cancer patients. I got to give a shout out to my family for helping me.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll talk to you more.
Yeah, thanks.
Once again, that was third place finisher Blake Heather after starting 15th. Now going to talk to the man who was Mr. Excitement at periods in this race, going to wind up in the second position. That's the driver out of the Midwest region, the 07 of Jaden Walker.
Brad, I'm going to let you take that one for a second. I got to catch up with the series owner here for a second.
10-4. Jaden Walker, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, man, definitely some exciting action through all 70 laps of the A main. You're going to bring that 07 car home in second tonight. Tell us a little bit about the action down there on the track.
Yeah, it was really bumpy out there and a lot of banging, but, you know, that's just racing. So it was just hold on to my hat and trying to get by people.
Man, this track definitely went through some of the changes throughout qualifying, heat races, and even the feature. It seemed like the top side was the place to be. How aggressive did you have to be at times to be able to make moves?
Yeah, you really had a force issue. Like, I threw a slider on Nathan. He was really kind, let off, and, you know, hurt him, and I was able to get second place, so I thank him for that.
Well, heck yeah, man. You're one of the newcomers onto the series tonight. Definitely a heck of a place to make, you know, one of the first starts with them. You know, this place is definitely what I call fighting. Sometimes say racing here is like trying to fly a fighter jet in a gymnasium. Man, what kind of patience does it take to get around here, and especially for 70 laps?
yeah, like at the beginning I got in a wreck and I was put back to 6, and I got a little frustrated, but I just had to stick with it, try the bottom. Bottom was there for a little bit, but high side was the ways to be. So it was just roll the top side because if you too much throttle, you burn the tires off coming off. So it was just a lot of patience.
Heck yeah, man. Well, like I said, you're going to start 5th, up that 3 positions to 2nd. A heck of a first outing here with these guys. Before we let you get out of here, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, you guys for hosting this, and Michael and MRLS. Just check them out.
Heck yeah, man. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate with the team, and hopefully we'll see you back next week.
Thank you.
Robbie, that was 2nd place finisher Jaden Walker in the 07 car. I believe you're now going to be heading down to Victory Lane where the driver of the 777 awaits.
Yeah, I just got a word with Jacob Leverstein, the driver of the 777. He's having some issues tonight that they're trying to take care of on his communication channel. But he did give me a message to pass along to everybody. He says he wants to thank HRE and Foxhound Graphics, and also special thanks to all the fans out there for watching and pulling for him. He appreciates it, and hopefully here soon he'll have his comms back up and he'll be able to give everybody that interview you've been waiting on for 2 weeks. So hopefully next week or the week after we'll be able to touch bases with him and give him the proper interview that he deserves.
Heck yeah, man. Good stuff indeed, as he's going to grace winner's circle 2 weeks in a row, go back to back, and he's going to be the first driver to do so, Robbie. As before tonight, we had 3 weeks, 3 different winners, but now Levenstein definitely going to become one of those drivers to watch. You have to feel moving forward.
Yeah, you're going to have to watch out for him any week that he shows up. Him and the outside outlaw, Chris Arenci, are definitely 2 fast drivers that when they show up, you got to be mindful of where they're at all times. So, going to be interesting to see how it goes, but heck of a win 2 weeks in a row. Last week dominated from the pole and won. This week he had to work his way up a little bit to get there. Definitely, once he got out front, there was no catching him.
Well, we're now going to run down to your complete standings of the 22 cars who took the green tonight. Once again, picking up the win, 2nd week in a row is going to be Jacob Leverstein in the 777. 2nd place will be the driver I just spoke with, Jaden Walker. 3rd will be Blake Heather. 4th place, your hard charge of the night. Hadn't made a feature until tonight, and definitely, like I said, didn't squander the opportunity. He's going to be John Kennedy, up from 20th. Heath Lawson's going to finish 5th. 6th will be Kassler out of the Midwest region. 7th, Joey Lamb out of Carolina. 8th will be Chad Wheeler in the 88 car out of Muskogee. 9th will be John Hain, and rounding out your top 10 will be the 6 car, J.W. Anderson.
Yeah, coming home 11th is going to be Richard Spar, and 13th is going to be, or 12th is going to be Dustin Hall. 13th is going to be Dustin Levernight, who's spent more time probably in the spin cycle tonight than anybody. 14th is going to be Jared Crumrine. 15th is Jared Mogard. 16th is going to be Trevor Drake. Laurel Havens of Havens Nation is going to come home 17th after hard luck in the race here. Ryan Mark Broderick's going to come home 18th after making his way all the way up to 2nd at one point in the race. Frank the Joker Gonzalez is going to come home 19th. And Jackson Salty Broccoli Allen, who looked like he had a car to beat until contact between him and another car tonight, is going to bring his night to an end early.
The outside outlaw, Chris Arenci, after having such a dominant week last week at the dirt track at Charlotte, going to come home in 21st, 11 laps down. And the evil outlaw, Michael Redding, who definitely had it going in the heat race, is going to run into hard luck come feature time. Finishes in the 22nd spot, 38 laps down.
Yeah, tough break there for Michael Redding tonight. But I tell you, Brayley, I want to take this time and tell all the fans out there in the chat that tuned in tonight, I appreciate all the interaction out of everybody tonight. It was amazing to see everybody out there in the chat interacting with each other, carrying on the conversation. It makes this so much more fun when we get that instant feedback from you guys. So I applaud you guys for coming out and watching such great action here in the MVRL. Can't really say enough about the MVRL and the shows that they put on. And without you guys being here to watch it, you know, me and Bradley would have no reason to be here. But definitely want to tip my cap to you guys out there. It's kind of hard to tip it from the back to the front, but you get the point. And, you know, thank you guys for being out there. Really appreciate it tonight.
Yeah, definitely so. We appreciate everybody tuning in as we do the Backwards Hat Nation, growing in numbers, so much so that we passed that 100 subscriber mark here on YouTube. You can subscribe if you haven't already by clicking the little bell, but you may notice now no longer URL full of numbers and odd letters. With the 100 subscriber mark, we did celebrate being able to get our own custom URL. You can now find us on YouTube by simply typing in Backwards Hat Productions. Find all the links to the races and such. Is that if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so, as week in, week out, you're going to find the MVRL, as long as a few other leagues, Robbie. And tomorrow night, I believe, I haven't got the complete confirmation yet, but I believe tomorrow night we could be seeing Cup car action from Martinsville with the Ghost Runner Cup Series. And then Monday night, we'll be back with the Monday Night Thunder Truck Series as they head to Martinsville. And Tuesday night, we're going to round up some paperclip trifecta action. We'll go BA Graphics Cup Racing with the NMNTS Racing Series on the asphalt side of things, as all three of these are going to be playoff races as seasons begin to wind down there, and people hungry to see who's going to bring home some points champions.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting the rest of the week. If you tune in tomorrow night, like Bradley said, not quite sure if it's going to be broadcast or not, but I will definitely be behind the wheel of the number, I don't know if I'm number 90 or 94 in that series, but either way, we'll be in the Julio's Thong Toyota Camry from WFO. They've loaned it out to me again for a run at Martinsville, the little paperclip. That ought to be fun. I don't make many cup starts, so that ought to be fun. And then Saturday or Friday night, and probably some Saturday night, come join me and Bradley over on Twitch, where we do our Twitch streams. You know, you got Southern Boy 1186,
yes sir,
and R Buckner 79 over on Twitch. Come give us a follow. Get to see why I broadcast and I don't actually race that much.
Well, definitely so. Like I said, folks, if you hadn't hit that subscribe button, it's the little bell. Do it. You know, do it. Be able to keep up with all the action. You'll get notifications of when we go live and what leagues we're covering that night. Once again, as Robbie said, I couldn't say it any better myself. You guys are why we do this. The Backwards Hat Nation. We feel the love from you all. Another exciting night going to come to an end here. Limaland Motorsports Park with the MVRL Week 4 action. Definitely been an exciting one. It was no shortage of tempers and action throughout 70 laps. We had 10 cautions for 29 of those. So, you know, definitely, Robbie, you look at it, 10 cautions, 29 laps, but then again, you look at it, you start 22 cars around this little bull ring, fighter jets in the gymnasium. You're going to have action like that, and, you know, definitely saw no shortage of great racing tonight, 2-3 wide as well.
Yeah, all the way up to 4 wide at times. You know, you can't help but have a couple cautions at a track like this. Like brother said, fighter jets in a gymnasium, elephants in a china shop, bulls in a china shop. You know, it's crazy. A bunch of Jack Russells in a bathroom. I mean, whatever synonym you want to come up with to kind of explain how this track is, man. Limaland is just one of those tracks that's action-packed from the start to the finish, from the top to the bottom, all the way around the track. And at this point, if you look at the walls, there is no wall no more. It's just a cushion up over the top of the wall.
Jack Russell's in a bathroom. I'm not sure I've ever heard that one before, and definitely if we hear it again, we can give Robbie Buckner the credit to it. Well, folks, that's going to do it once again. We appreciate everybody tuning in on the widely imitated, never duplicated Backwards Hat Productions. For Robbie Buckner, I'm Bradley Wilson. Until next time, stay safe. Hope to see you back at the racetrack.